Welcome to Lynchpin session of CMA Part 1, Financial Planning, Performance and Control. My name is Saif and I'll be taking you through CMA Part 1. CMA Part 1 consists of 5 sections: Financial Planning, Budgeting and Forecasting, which is of 30% marks, Performance Management, which is of 25% marks, Cost Management, which is also of 25% marks, Internal Controls, which is for 15% marks, and Professional Ethics, which is for 5% marks. This is the smallest section, but one of the critical sections for passing the examination. The exam format of CMA exam is 100 MCQs for 3 hours. So you will be having 180 minutes just to complete 100 MCQs. So you will be having 1.8 minutes per MCQ. There will be 2 essay type questions for 1 hour that can have differences. Like, say for example, there can be 30-minute question, 2 questions. So it will be 30 minutes each. Or it can be like 40 minutes and 20 minutes, and it can have sub questions also, which we are going to go through in later part of the syllabus. CMA section 1 consists of planning and budgeting concepts, budgeting methodologies, including types of budget, forecasting techniques, learning curve, probability, risk, uncertainty and expected values, sensitivity analysis, top level planning and analysis. Planning and budgeting concept is the most critical area of this section. Budgeting methodologies including the types of budgets, learning curves, risk, uncertainty and analysis, expected value, and top level planning and analysis. These are the most critical areas for CMA section A. Planning, budgeting and forecasting. What is planning? We say if you are not planning, you are planning to fail. So what is ultimately planning? Planning is nothing but a course of action which you are setting for yourself so that you can reach the desired point, or you can reach the ultimate point which you want to achieve. It's nothing more than a map which is leading you towards your destination. Planning consists of several things. Planning is of different types. So we are going to look at each one of them. Forms of planning in corporation. There can be formal or informal planning. What is formal planning? Well, formal planning is something which is presented to the board of directors, which is presented to the CEO, which is presented to the chief operating officer, like a report which is documented, well documented with all the relative schedules and supporting. That is a formal level of planning. Informal level of planning can be like a chat between 2 colleagues, something which we are thinking inside our mind, which is not well documented and which is not well presented to the other people. Planning can be of short term, long term and intermediate term. What is short term planning? Short term planning consists of anything which is less than 12 months, like from 1 month within first year, whatever is going to fall will be the short term planning. Intermediate term planning is something between 1 year and 5 years. So that will be treated as medium term planning, and the long term planning will be something which is above than 5 years. Production planning relates to which machine we are going to use for the production, how many units we are going to produce, how many labor hours are required for the production, how many shifts we are going to run, how much material we are to use, what quality of material has to be used. These are all related to production planning. Then project planning. Project planning is done for one-off project like Dubai Metro, Burj Khalifa, or World Tallest Tower. All these are related to the project planning. So these are done once and these are not repetitive in nature. It can be a very big project and it can be a very small project. Like, say for example, if you want to take a big project, it can be something like the tallest building in the world. Or if you want to take it to the smallest level, you can say that the work done by a plumber in your kitchen for the repair and maintenance. That can also be a project. So it has different dimensions. What is planning? What planning tells us? What is actually planning? So the most important question is, planning tells us what is to be done. What is to be done means what are the things necessary to do so that we can reach our destination or we can achieve the underlying objective. How it should be done, the process involved, what are the milestones involved, or what is the flow of things which have to be followed. Like, say for example, what are the key steps and what will be the sequence of the key steps. that is planning. When it should be done, when the time frame involved in planning is also very important, like whether we are going to do it this year, whether we are going to postpone it till next year, which product we have to launch this year, which product we have to launch next year. These are all the type of timings. So timing plays an important part or the crucial part. Where it should be done means where the things have to be done, the location, that's also very critical, and who should do it. The most important question in planning is who should do it. Why? Because not all the people working for a company or for a corporation knows all the things about what is happening into the business. So the planning should be done by the person who is most knowledgeable about the business which they are operating. Planning is done for both financial and non-financial. What does it mean? It means planning which we are presenting in the financial format is nothing more than the reflection of the operations in terms of the digits or the numbers. So what actually is the financial planning? Financial planning is the reflection of operations in figures. So we require the planning, number one, to be in financial and non-financial items. Say for example, we are planning to sell 1 million goods within next year. So these 1 million goods are operational plan, and the value of these 1 million units is something like, say for example, $2.5 million. That is financial level of planning. We have a very nice question. Question is, which of the following is not significant reason for the planning in an organization? So what we have to see is which one is not the significant reason. Promoting coordination among operating units. Well, we do planning so that we have coordination between the operating units. Otherwise, planning will be a failure. What we want to do is we want to make sure that the whole organization is running in a synchronized manner or within a manner so that they are running smoothly. Number two, forcing managers to consider expected future trends and conditions. Obviously, yes. Otherwise, how we can project the financial figures or how we can project the future. So planning is also a projection of the future. So option B is also right. Developing a basis for controlling operations. Of this budgeting or planning is also a control tool. Why? Because we can measure our actual performance in relation to the planning and budgeting. So developing a basis. Planning is a development of basis against which we can measure our operations or measure our performance. So it's a control tool. So it means option C is correct. Enabling selection of personnel for open position. Well, planning has nothing to do with the selection of the people. Why? Because selection of the people is totally related to the HR, and it is not something related to the planning for an organization. So option D is the right answer because it is not related or it's not a significant reason for planning in an organization. Rest of the things like option A, option B and option C are the significant reasons for the planning. Planning does not enable selection of personnel for open position.